Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing some in the car vibes because I'm waiting for my sis. She told me pull up like she was going to be here and she's not even here. But anyway, today I'm going to give you guys some tea on starting a business, like some business basics. Look at this fucked up car next to me. Damn. I get a lot of inquiries on my Instagram, on my Facebook, and things like that. And it's just like, everybody thinks that you have to have a lot of money to start a business. So that's not true. Like, I mean, some stuff does cost a lot of money, but I mean, there's certain businesses that you can actually start without any money. But yeah, I'm gonna get right into it. So I'm holding this phone up. I don't have my what is it called, that little holder thing with me. My arm hurts like shit. Okay, so take two.
My whole life has changed since you came in. I knew back.
To start in a business, I would say what really will get you started is a name. Like, the name should mean something to you. It should be something that's going to be popping. It could be simple. It doesn't have to be anything too crazy. Like, for instance, I had a spa. It was, everybody loved the name I came up with, and it was just called Rush. So, and that was because the services that I provided, the things like non-surgical butt lifts and non-surgical laser lipo, things like that, people always want to get results in a rush. So I thought that would be a cute name. Everybody loved it. But also, a name will get you going. Like, you get a name, you like, oh, you start feeling confident to take the next steps in regards to your business, and you start wanting to do, you know, the next step, which would be getting a logo. Now, a lot of people pay logo artists all this crazy ass money. Like, okay, I understand that they're, you know, good at what they do and things like that, but we have new resources that can really help you in regards to having a logo, and you can also get revisions. So write this down. An app that you can download that will give you reasonable prices for logos is called Fiverr, Fiverr. Download that app. They can do anything. Like, so even like if you have like a banner you need for your YouTube channel, I got my banner made there. It actually ended up costing me about $15 with 2 revisions. And I love the lady. She was so helpful, and she was one of those type of people that if you see something you don't like, or later on you want to add something to it, you can email her and she'll make another revision for maybe $5. So I got my logo for Rush made there. Actually, you just give them a detailed description of things that you like, that you want to incorporate in your logo, things that are important to you when it comes to your logo, like the colors, maybe pictures to give an example of what you're talking about. Because, for example, I wanted the H to be like a silhouette of a body, like, you know, like a Coke bottle. So they incorporated that. It was really simple, but the simplest things make a difference, like, you know what I mean? So that's another thing. I'm switching hands because, honey, it's a lot of work. I haven't been in the gym. Like I told you, I'm tired. But yeah, Fiverr. So that's a good place to get your logo. They have logos as cheap as $5. The turnaround is usually 24 to 48 hours. Some people may take 3 to 5 days, but I mean, for $5, have some patience, sis. So the next thing I want to talk about, number 2, I would say getting a business license. So a lot of people think a business license to get your like little EIN number where you can speak with wholesalers and things like that costs a lot of money. Well, a trick that you can do is do your research early in the year. The closer you are to the end of the year, like December-ish, November-ish, all of that type of stuff, the cheaper your license will be. Well, in my city, it's really cheap. You go down to if you're in Delaware, you can go to the French building. A lot of people might not know this, so I'm just going to give you the tea. If you're in Wilmington, Delaware, you go down to, even in Delaware, anywhere in Delaware, you can go to the French building. It's on 9th and French, and you go in there, you ask them for a business license. They'll tell you what floor to go to. Actually, I'm lying. It's not any floor. It's the first floor. So you go in the front room right there. When you go in, it's on your right-hand side. It's a little office for licensing. You go in there. They give you a temporary license. Once you fill out the paperwork, it's basically asking you like the type of business is going to be, like apparel, whatever the case. You got to just register the business there, and then they'll give you a temporary EIN number to leave with. And with that number, then you'll be able to get all of the things like, you know, speak with wholesalers. They always ask for the EIN number or a seller's permit. You can also inquire about a seller's permit. I know that the French building does offer something like that, but I just never inquired about it. But I'm sure it's not that expensive. That's for those people that are not sure about their business name and stuff like that yet, but they want to be able to buy from wholesalers and speak to it. Maybe you want to just sell vendors. Like I do that. I sell vendors, but because I have my other business, I don't need a separate license for that. I just incorporate it all in the same thing. That's another thing. Sometimes it's hard for people to find vendors. There's plenty of vendors for cheap. I do offer vendors. You can always inquire on my page. My Instagram is Akim, AKIM _never settles. And I do vendors for really cheap for any business. I mean, $50, $75, $100 is the most expensive, and that's for the Indian hair vendors because they're expensive, period. And it's hard to find really good quality ones with closures, frontals, wigs, and blonde hair. So yeah, that's that. Moving on. Number 3. What would I say for number 3? Give me a sec to think, sis. Marketing. Okay, so some little things you can do in regards to marketing. I mean, we all have these smartphones now. You don't really have to have like a whole professional photo shoot. Something you can do is go on Amazon and get a cheap backdrop. You can get them for like $30. A stand is like $20. And once you have that backdrop, use your phone, sis. Get that ring light and turn it into a photo shoot right quick. Get your friends to take a picture of you. You'll be surprised how many people respect when they see it on an actual human being rather than like an actual model. It doesn't have to be your typical tall slim model. People like to see how it fits on different shapes, so you can start off with yourself. I know Nicole, is it Nicole now? I hope I'm not saying this wrong, but her name is Nicole and she has a boutique. She uses herself as the model all the time. She's beautiful and she has a natural shapely body, but it's not like a body that's so perfect where people can't imagine herself in the clothes. And she's been really successful. I think she's actually went to Forbes not too long ago. So yeah, use yourself as a model. Also, you always can use the wholesalers. If your wholesalers have pictures that are catchy and cute, you can always use your wholesalers pictures and use the stock photos, but just make sure they're not corny stock photos. Nobody wants to look at it on a stick mannequin. That shit is whack. Okay, so I would say use that to start you off. You don't need a whole lot of money to do an in-the-house photo shoot, honey. Use a app. All these apps they have now, just use one of those editing apps and make that shit pop, sis. So the next thing I want to talk about is another part of marketing, like flyers, sales, and things like that. People pay graphic artists to do to do flyers for them. That's no longer needed. So there's an app called Canva. I want you to download this, Canva. Download Canva. You can do flyers on there that look very professional. You can input pictures. They have clip art, all types of stuff. The most you're going to spend, some templates do cost money, but since they're like $1.99, and I'm talking about $1.99. So download Canva right now. All these apps that I'm saying, you need to download them because, honey, it's important. Another app that I want to talk. Hold on. Is it an app that I want to talk about? Yeah, but hold on. I need to check my phone what the name of it is. Okay, no. Before I get into that, what did I want? Oh, okay. Also, websites. People get so hung up in the website design when they're first getting started. To at least get your name out there, I would definitely try Wix.com, Wix.com. They have so many nice templates. Actually, I'm working on one right now behind the scenes to finish my boutique because, I mean, it's not that serious to get. I mean, you can later on, once you're making some actual money off of your business, I would definitely, inquire about a really professional website. But you can make it look really professional with the Wix. I'm sorry because I'm so used to my camera that I've not been looking at the camera the whole time. Well, I don't want y'all to think that I've been nervous or something. I really didn't pay attention and I wasn't doing it. Anyway, Wix.com, yeah, they have templates. If you're savvy enough, you can even do like a blank one and, make your own full site. But me, sis, I'm getting the template. And you can like separate it into categories. It's like boutiques, hair, shoes, whatever you're selling, they have a template for it. So Wix.com, also BigCartel.com. Big Cartel even has the option, because I know a lot of people get hung up on the fact that their business will be like, the website will be like your business business name and then .bigcartel.com. But they also have an option where you can upgrade and have that taken off and just change your full domain name. So don't get hung up on that. That's not a big deal. These type of websites start off at like $9.99 a month, which is really good, especially Big Cartel. You can upload about like 25 items for $9.99 a month. You can't beat it, sis. So that's another thing. We've been talking about a lot of things that are really, really cheap. So yeah, there's one more thing I want to mention as a bonus. So when you're starting a business, start off with your friends. I hear so many people that get discouraged because they're not getting the support that they want, the support that they supposedly, you know, think that they should be getting right away. Start off with your friends and your family. Take those people around you and practice on them. Take pictures of your work. You know, most of your friends, because you are starting a business, they're going to be wanting to support. You know, they're going to want your stuff, so they'll buy it off of you. Even if you give them a discount, honey, it's money, okay, to start you off. But also, if you're doing a business, like I had a girl reach out to me in regards to a lash vendor the other day, and you know, she got discouraged about even getting the lash vendor because she felt like she's been doing lashes and nobody has really been supporting her like that. But I had to let her know, sis, it's not easy when you first start off. It's so many people that are in the same type of business, and although it's so many people in the world, if you're not offering something that makes you stand out, makes you unique, they're not going to support you because they have other people that they may have been going to that they're comfortable with now. But what you have to do is not only perfect your craft with your family members and your friends, but also okay, I gotta my phone had a low battery pop up and it cut me off. But before I was rudely interrupted about the low batteries, what you can also do, I had a whole malfunction. I'm sorry, this is going to be like, this video is going to be good, like in regards to informative, but as far as like how I'm holding it and all this, it's a bit much. But what was I saying? Okay, so when you use your friends to work on them, take pictures. Not only that, but throw a competition for like your people that the people that you want to support you. Like me, I used to do this thing for the spa because everybody wants a bigger butt. I mean, in this society today, all of these things are things that we critique ourselves on now. So what I would do is I would throw a special. Like, it may be cheap as hell. Like, I'm talking about $50 for a 30-minute butt lift. But it's not about that, because once you get that person in the door, you got them hooked, honey. Once they get some results and they see that you're not playing around with your business, they're going to keep coming back. I would throw a $50 special for the first 5 people that could do something like tell me a Cardi B lyric. Like, people, you got to think about the day and age that we're in. You have to be very unique with your approach. And then also, don't be scared to have word of mouth. Like, some days we went around, even though I won't say to do this because we got some backlash with this, but we went around and we we paid someone like $20 to take out an hour out of her day to go put flyers on every car in like a mall parking lot. Because you have to think about the people that are at the mall, they shopping, they trendy, they want to be popping. So, you think about places like that. Also, hand-to-hand business cards. I know Ming Lee, when I used to watch her and take notes from things that she did, one of the things she did is she took like, I think, 50 business cards out every single day in regards to her hair business, and she wouldn't go in the house until she handed them all out. Like, she said that even when she pulled up, if she had like 4 left, she would literally go back. If she pulled up home and she had like 4 business cards left, she would literally pull off and go hand them out real quick. And that's how hungry you gotta be when it comes to your business. You can't think that you can cut corners and pay your way through stuff. Sometimes you really got to put that hustle and that muscle in. So I really strongly suggest everybody that wants to start a business, the first thing I'm going to say is start the goddamn business. Because you don't know how many people I talk to and they be like, oh yeah, remember I talked to you last year, I wanted to start my business, but this happened, that happened. I mean, if you're going to make excuses, you're going to always have excuses, because shit happens in life, and starting a business is not easy. Like, everybody thinks like, oh, you start a business, 5 minutes later you're rich. It doesn't work like that, because especially if you're working a 9 to 5 to maintain your regular bills, you have to understand this is another thing that you're feeding until it starts bringing you, you know, return residual income. So at the end of the day, it's like kind of like having another bill. So you have to be prepared for that, and you have to make sacrifices. You can't do everything that other people are going to be doing. You can't travel as much as you want. You can't buy those Balenciagas. You can't, like, you know, it's just a lot of things that you're going to have to miss out on. And people don't even understand that. They tell, like, when I first started my business, when I had my Akim clothing, I started out with t-shirts. Now, t-shirts aren't the most expensive thing, but if you're, you know, trying to get a lot of clientele, you're trying to reach a lot of different people, then you're trying to buy a lot of t-shirts. You have to pay, like, you know, it might be $8 with the design for a t-shirt. You don't know. It may be $8. It may be $15, depending on how exotic you want to get with your shirts, how many colors you want to use, and things like that. And you're investing in that. And if you're not working like a serious job, like now, I'm really thankful for the job that I have now. But if you're working like, you know, a regular little job, it's hard to fund a damn business. And if you don't want to take out any loans because you're scared you're going to get behind, whatever the case, then that can really be, you know, kind of discouraging when people aren't supporting you. But you have to understand that, you know, the money is going to come. You just have to stay down, stay on it. If you can get through your first 2 years, you're lit. And, you know, you just have to be very unique in your approach. Another thing, don't be scared to reach out to people. Like me, if I see a baddie and she got a lot of following, I will reach out to that lady and, you know, let her know I got some pieces I want you to promote for me. Let me know how I can get these items to you. Check out my page and see if there's anything you really like. If you know, if you do like anything, please let me know. I'm willing to ship this out to you for free in exchange for a little promo. You will be surprised. Like, you don't have to go after the Young Miamis, the Cardi B's, because you have to understand these people inboxes are flooded. Every day they're getting, like, you know, people reaching out to them in regards to business, promotions, doing a track with them, whatever. So you have to do like the little fishes that are still, you know, still gotta, what is it called? Because it's not always about the huge following. It's sometimes about the more interactions that people have on their following. When I go to a person's page, I don't just look at if you have 1,000 likes, because I get 1,000 likes, and I think that if they're more interactive, like, you have to go to the people's page that might even have 5,000 followers, but every time you go to their pictures, they got 143 comments. They have people inquiring about the things that they're wearing. Those are the type of people that you want. So it's not always about who has the most followers, who has the most buzz and all that. Sometimes you can get loyal followers and loyal customers from the smaller pages. And those are the people that don't want any money. They just are happy to support and happy to wear some cute ass clothes for free. So I think that's the last thing that I'm going to go over today. But business is so important to me because I feel like as a young woman in this, you know, in this generation, it's really hard with all of the pressures that you know, the world is holding on us. So if you are able to boss up and get a business that can help you reach financial freedom, shit. If you sorry y'all, I was like, you know how you talking and you like swallow your spit and it goes on the wrong way? That just happened. But if you are able to, you know, start a business that can help you with financial freedom and that can help you, you know, travel, live on your own terms, that's really what we're chasing. So we're not really, I mean, we are chasing the money, but the money just helps the process of living on your own terms. So if you're able to get to that point in your life where you're really ready to boss up, you have to know that all of these necessary steps that you're taking are going to be worth it. It's going to be a time where you're going to be able to live on your own terms. I mean, waking up when you want to, taking a day off when you want to, blah, 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 when you want to, you know what I mean? Without having to worry about, oh, I got to go to work tomorrow at 7 o'clock. I got to wake up. I got to do this and that. I'm worrying about getting fired. I was late last week. You know what I mean? And that's a blessing. So I hope you guys learned a lot from this video. I hope you can take away some things that are, you know, important to your business that can help you out moving forward. Let me know if you like this video. I do want to do more of them because entrepreneurship is so important to me. I get a lot of inquiries, like I said, and I'm not always able to reach back out to everybody because I got my own stuff going on. But that's why YouTube was important for me to like start doing, because I want to be able to, you know, address everything without having to worry about without having to worry about if I'm getting back to everybody. And I'm not one of them type of people where I feel like I need to charge for everything. Like, you know, some people, they get to a certain place in their life and they feel like, you know, and I do not, you know, by any means think there's anything wrong with it, because I understand you worked hard to learn all the information that you learned. And it's like sometimes people waste your time. You give them all the information and then 2 years later, they're still in the same spot. They haven't started any type of business and things like that. And it is going to be a lot of those people. So why waste your breath? Not only that, you feel like you did all the research. Why can't you get off your ass and do all the research? I find myself, even before I've asked people little certain things and they didn't want to give me the information, or they'll give me like a vague answer where they're basically saying, bitch, go figure it out yourself. So, you know, it is what it is. And guess what? I'm the type of person, I'm going to figure it out. You know what I mean? And you have to understand, we have so many avenues to figure stuff out. We have Google at our fingertips. A lot of people don't realize you can put anything into Google and figure some shit out. Like, you might not find exactly what you're looking for, but it may be a clue to something else that you might need to know in regards to your business. A little tip. And then we have so many YouTubers that have started their own business, that have been successful, that give you tips. And sometimes you just have to take your time, sit down and write notes when you're listening to these videos, because sis, if you want to be successful in a business, if you want to make money, if you want to do well, excel, and be and save as much as you can in regards to starting a business instead of splurging and then having nothing to show for it, and you can do it for the cheapest amount of money, especially if you're like in a hair business. It's so many ways to cut corners in regards to not spending so much. You just have to be more creative, more resourceful, and follow all the tips that people give you and implement them. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I hope you can learn a lot from this video. I feel like I'm being very productive today, because I'm waiting for her ass in her parking lot of her apartment. She still has not pulled up. I did this whole video, but, you know, I'm getting stuff done. Like, I have made a promise to myself. I'm going to do at least 2 videos a week, for my YouTube channel. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to do this, but make sure you subscribe. I'm going to have a lot more videos like this. Business is very important to me. Very important to me. Like, I've learned so much, and I feel like, although I'm not Oprah, I'm nowhere near that. I've took so many losses, but I also had a lot of wins, and I feel like the losses have taught me so much more than the wins that I've taken. So I want to go ahead and spread this information. Anything that has helped me, I always want to be able to help the next person. I think entrepreneurship is a big responsibility, but it's amazing if you're able to start a business and people support it. It's a great feeling when you know people are supporting something that you put your heart and your mind to do. I don't treat anything like just a little hustle. That was my problem before. Now I'm actually putting my heart into everything and putting, more time into it and nurturing your hustles. That's another thing. You have to nurture it. You have to be able to get up every day and say, I'm going to at least take an hour. I'm going to take 2 hours. I'm going to take 3 hours to put towards my business, because it's important to me. So, like I said, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this video. Don't talk about the actual video, because like I said, I'm recording this in my car on my phone. I left my camera home, and it is what it is, but it was placed on my heart to talk. So that's what I'm doing. But all right, I gotta figure out, everybody got a little name for their little subscribers, for their supporters, their friends, and I need a name for mine, because my name is I Kim Never Settles. I don't want it to be something long and corny, but we'll work on that on the next video. Thanks. Y'all have a good rest of your day. It's nice outside, so I'm about to enjoy some of this weather.